let's see, I gotta check the date here. Tuesday, July 29th. We're in Tsumago. We hiked here from Magome last night. In fact, that bridge is the bridge that's at the bottom of the trail. The trail is just diagonal off that bridge over there, going up the mountain where I came from, Magome. A lot of this was so dark last night that I couldn't actually, well, I could, but I don't think the camera could. So I wasn't running the camera. So I actually backtracked a little bit. I stayed at a very, very nice ryokan, which is a traditional inn. At the other end of town, but I wanted to backtrack a little bit so we could walk through this town together, because it's just gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. And then we're gonna hike on to the next town, which is Nagaso. And from Nagaso, I think I'm gonna take the train to Narajuku, which is another one of these post towns along the Nakasendo. Oh, wait a second. So it looks like that's the electrical substation for this town, because there's power in this town, even though it's old. Yeah, I think when I get to Nagaso, I'm gonna take the train to Narajuku. Narajuku is another town like this. It's just a little less frequented by tourists. I will tell you, when I walked into this town last night, none of these vehicles were here, and I saw exactly 2 people, and I said, do you know if there's a hotel in town? And they said, I don't think so. And they said, other than the one we're staying at. So I made my way, which was the one that I saw on my map, or a different one. It's the one I saw on Google Maps, not All Trails. And so I made my way there. These 2 guys were going for a walk around town, and this place was a ghost town. I mean, those 2 guys going for their evening walk were the first ones I saw, and then the inn was the only place that seemed like it had people in it. There were some buildings with lights on, but I didn't see people in them through the windows. Not that I was peering through the windows or anything like that, but you know. So I do see some tourists showing up now, probably hiking in from Magome, but this place was dead quiet last night. And you got the mountains behind you, and so I got to the ryokan, I got to the inn, and I said, is this a hotel? Is this an inn? And they said yes. And the woman was looking at me, and I think the son and the daughter were there, and they were kind of looking at me like I was crazy, because I was drenched in sweat and probably a little winded. And I said, could I stay here tonight? And they said, do you have a reservation? I said, no, I don't. And they said, where did you come from? I said, I hiked in from Magome. And keep in mind, it's 7:30, and other than the street lights, I mean, I couldn't see a couple feet more. I was getting ready to get my headlight out, because I really couldn't see a couple feet in front of my face. So the woman that owns the inn, she said 10,000 yen. Or well, at first she was like, well, breakfast already happened. And so I was getting the feeling that or dinner, I should say. Dinner already happened. I was getting the feeling that she didn't usually have people come after dinner. And I said, I don't need to eat. I really just need a shower or a bath and a place to sleep. And she said, okay. So she told me 10,900 for 10,900 yen to stay the night and for breakfast. And then when I got out of the shower, she had some miso rice balls, some miso paste rice balls, and a couple little pieces of watermelon for me. And they really hit the spot. So I got myself a shower, had a decent bath. It wasn't as hot as like the onsen, but it was definitely better than nothing, because I was a sloppy, sticky mess. So, and I'll be honest, it's only 9:45 and it's already roasting. So we're gonna walk through this town and then get ourselves back up into the mountain on the Nakasendo, where it should be a little cooler in the tree canopy. But I don't want you guys to miss all these gorgeous buildings. Absolutely stunning buildings. But yeah, these mountain towns are one of the reasons I came to Japan. Oh, and like all those businesses that you saw that were open, none of those places were open when I got here last night. So I feel really lucky and grateful that she let me stay at the inn last night. It's called Daikichi. And I know I've been getting a lot of names wrong, but I got that one right. Because it felt like an oasis last night. Be able to get out of the heat, to get a shower. She gave me some cold water, obviously something to eat, and a place to sleep. It was, you know, the traditional tatami mat room with the folding or the futon. Their futons are a little bit different than ours. They sort of roll up and get put away in the closet every night. And it was konnichiwa. It was I felt lucky that she decided to let me stay, because I don't think, something tells me that they don't usually take people that don't have reservations. So and then I got up this morning and the breakfast she made was delicious. So a piece of salmon, some miso soup, an egg, some cucumber salad, some sweet soybeans. What else? Oh, rice and seaweed with miso paste. And what else was there? There was something else. Oh, tea and water. And they had coffee, but I'm not one for coffee. So yeah, lots of water in this town, running through the gutters and running from all different directions coming out of the mountains. Now it looks like all these little cafes are opening up. And we're gonna pass Daikichi in a little bit. There's also like a giant rock that I saw. So, but this town is gorgeous. So I just wanted to get a good shot of it in the daytime before I left and went back into the mountain. And I think it's only about 4 miles to the next town. But you know, if I had to hike that 4 miles last night, it would have took me another 2 or 3 hours. And I wouldn't have been getting to the next town, Nagiso, till almost 10 p.m. Ohio gozaimasu. Ohio means good morning. And then gozaimasu is that honorific to show respect. So, like I said, tons of water flowing from all different directions in this town. Here's the giant rock I was talking about. Neko. Neko is cat. Pretty little cat just hanging out in the shade, enjoying time. What's up, kitty? There's the giant rock I was talking about. It's just massive. And apparently that's someone's private property up there. What a massive stone. And there is in the stream just stones just like that, just massive big rocks. And they have all wear patterns from the stream. So this is the building, the ryokan, that I stayed in last night. My little oasis in the mountains. I'm so grateful that they allowed me to stay. Really. I'm really grateful. And then actually this part of the town I haven't actually seen yet. So we're gonna see it together for the first time. I do wanna hit up a vending machine before I leave. I have some water and I have my water filter, but cold water is better. So we'll see if we can find a cold water out of the vending machine before we head out and make our way back to the mountain, or the next mountain I should say. So yeah. Oh, and the window of my room looked out over a vegetable garden and a rice paddy. Actually, it's kind of over there. All of that. So there's the vegetable garden. I had a beautiful chestnut tree in the garden. So I got to wake up to that. That was a joy. And then this is another fruit tree. I keep seeing that fruit tree around. I don't know what kind of tree it is. So the JR station is 3.2 kilometers this way. That's the train station. So that's where we're headed. And then we may wander around that town a little bit before we get on the train. All right, so it looks like match. I'm just gonna check our map here. Yes, we're right. That road to the right would take us back into other parts of Tsumago. I could wander around Tsumago a little bit longer, but like I said, it's pretty hot. So we're just gonna do this 3.2 kilometers to Nigaso, which I believe is another post town, right? Because it's all along this trail, the Nakasendo. So I'm sure, in fact, I think I marked a couple things on my map to see on the way. Nigaso. I don't think that's the trail right there. I will say it's been pretty good marked by signs. There has been a couple places where the signs are faded and are hard to read. But yeah, it looks like this is it over here. And just that, wow, just being over top of that castle, or not castle, over the top of that stream and in the shade, the temperature dropped a huge amount. So I'll keep you guys with me on the trail for a little bit, but yeah, we're already at 17 minutes. So but we're gonna keep going. And then we'll end up in Narajuku tonight, and maybe stay there tonight. Or, depending on what time I get there, maybe I'll take a train to a more populated city where stuff's open a little later. But we'll see. And then tomorrow, we're going to try to navigate to Kamakochi, which is a valley. We are in Nagano Prefecture. Oh, because we went down all day yesterday. It's going to be a lot of up today. But it's only 3.2 kilometers to the train station. So it can't be that bad. Oh, don't say it like that, Venna. And since I have time today, if I find a spot that looks nice, I may sit there and take my shoes off and put my feet in the water for a little bit Whew. Whatever kind of bug that was almost flew right into my face. And if I see a bench soon, I'm gonna stop, tie up my hat to my pack, put my passport back in my bag. I don't think I acquired more stuff, but because I had more dirty laundry today, it was a little bit of a challenge to get the rain cover on my pack. Although, since I'm not in the city, do I really need the rain cover on? I probably could just take it off. So here's a sign for bear caution, but that's that Asiatic bear that they said there's only 30 left. So that's almost a bench. So let's see. Nope. Well, yeah. All right, I think I'm gonna sit here for a second, drink a little water, reconfigure my pack a little bit, put my passport away. Just stop for a second so I'm not sweating bullets and soaked to the core by lunchtime. So that was Tsumago, and I'm getting the name right now. So, oh, hat. So I'm gonna rest here for a second. Not that I've gone too far, but I want to put some things in my pack, tie my hat up to the pack, and drink a little H2O. If I only have 3 kilometers to go, I have plenty of water to get to the next town, and then I still have the water filter, so, which I haven't really used yet, but I don't really want to use it until I need it, because they say if you use it and then it sits for a long time, it can reduce the flow, because it sort of sits and dries out with dirt in it. But I do have the back flush kit here. Not that you guys don't care about any of that. All right.